Check this. Alright, good evening everyone. Welcome. Please let me know in the chat. You can hear me if I'm loud, too distorted. I don't want to blow anyone's ears off because I heard that could happen. I don't know if it's true that you could blow someone's ears off on a live. But welcome everyone. I hope you all having a blessed day. I'll be doing some to my weekly virtual concert. And I want to apologize last week. I was unable to do it because I had some technical difficulty with my audio equipment, which basically the problem I had, I was picking the ground loop on some electrical hum on the equipment. I don't know what happened, but then it turns out that I may have somehow have a bad cable, which apparently I had to replace one of the audio cables to my like for the output, one of my where my instrument goes or one of the microphones. Fortunately, I do have extra cables backed up. You know, extra cables because you just never know. Sometimes eventually the cables go bad. You know, like and when once they go bad, that's pretty much it. You know, like you start having audio problem, having issue with audio, ground loop, humming, crackling noise. You know, whatever the issue is. You know, when you get down your audio system, you know, usually it's because you have a bad cable, you know, or even worse, sometimes the mixer or the connection in the faders, something it could be have like a dirty connection with the contacts. You know, that's another major issue that could happen with the audio. I'm waiting on Mary for her to come up. Just sent her the link. Mary, I posted the link on the chat. If you want to come up, that way you could come up. Yeah, just like I said, I've been having some difficulty here and there, but fortunately, like I said, it was just a bad cable that I had to change out earlier. So, fortunately, I just have the right. Like I said, I have the correct cable that I needed. Let me see what we got here. Just bear with me, guys. Let me see. Yeah, bear with me. Like I said, just make sure that everything. Let me know if you hear the organ. Hello, Sandy. Welcome. Welcome, Sandy. Welcome to the house. So I'll be doing some. Welcome to my virtual concert. Like I said, I do want to apologize for not being able to come up last week because some difficulty with my audio equipment. Now I'm going to start you off with Caminando Juntos, Walking Together. caminando junto means walking together. Mary is okay. I understand you're having some difficulty. You know, we all have difficulties sometimes. You know, we all have technical difficulty. I know last week I had to cancel my live because I had some technical difficulties. Yeah, so that happened with all of us. You know how it goes with technology. Yeah, technology could be our friend, but sometimes technology could be our enemy. Let me grab my electric guitar. Let me plug in my guitar. Alright. Alright, and that's right. Now I'm gonna play Cuando Cristo su mano me dio. that was cuando Cristo su mano me dio, which in English means when he had reached down his hand from me. I know some of you might have, a lot of you might have heard the English version, but I only know it in Spanish. So, like I say, that's one of my all-time favorite Spanish gospel songs. I'm going to play How Great Thou Art. That was How Great Thou Art. Hello, Nancy. Welcome. Now, the next one, I'm going to play an old fiddle tune called My Silver Bells. that was my silver bell. I can play Victory in Jesus. Victory in Jesus. An old classic. I'm going to throw in next one I'm going to throw in Yes Sir, That's My Baby. Yes, sir, that's my baby. Nancy, thank you for coming. I understand you're going through some medical issue, I understand. So stay safe and well. God bless you. Thank you for coming. Alright, the next one I'm going to play is At the Cross. That was At the Cross. Now, next one I'm going to play is The Good Old Gospel Ship. gospel ship. I don't know, somewhere I'm gonna be taking that trip on that good old gospel ship. I'm ready to do a ragtime Annie. That was ragtime Annie. Now I'm gonna throw another square dancing tune, Red Wing. see. Welcome, Maritza. Thank you for coming. Sandy, thank you. Thank you, Sandy. Next one I'm gonna play is called Viva la Gente. I don't know if you remember that TV show, the series called Up with People, but here's from the series Viva la Gente. Up with People.
Hello.
Oh,
Good. Can you hear me?
yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Because you would not believe what we just went through.
What happened?
Well, I got this message on the computer. I went to turn my computer on and I'm like, oh, it's 9:30 and I got to get on the live. So I went to turn it on and the computer flashed something about needing a power source, or the power source wasn't hooked up right or whatever. So
Right,
it wouldn't go past anything.
right.
So we had to take the computer off, hook up my Chromebook. I have it sitting on a laptop board something else, something else to get the camera and all this stuff hooked in with the microphone.
Right.
And my husband went outside, turned on the computer out there in a different outlet, and it worked. I mean, I was, gotta be kidding me.
Oh my gosh.
So I was like, well, he was talking about I need another power supply. And I'm like, if this is not going to happen in the next couple of days, I have to manufacture something happening so I can do what I need to do recording wise.
Right.
Because I want to get as much recording stuff done as we can, you know, for like our our Tuesday devotions and Topic Thursday and stuff with my aunt coming next week. So we're not doing that. I'm like, so if this can't be rectified quickly.
Oh no. Oh my god.
So tomorrow we'll bring it back in and, you know, it'll probably just work just fine.
Something could be like the power supply unit failing, because that happened to me back in January. My power supply unit on my computer failed and I had to replace that.
But the crazy thing is he plugged it out there and it worked like that. No problems.
Right.
I'm like, really? So
it could be your power strip. Who knows? Hopefully it's just the power.
It was having a moment, and it's been a hard day. My my back has been a little fickle.
Yeah.
And it's a hard day, all over. It's a hard week. It's going to be a hard week coming up, and so.
Yeah, I hear you, man. You know, believe me. I lost my aunt 10 years ago. My oldest aunt. She was like her late 70s. I lost her due to cancer. The last time I saw her was in hospice.
I'm sorry.
It was 10 years ago. I lost my aunt, my oldest. But she's home with the Lord, you know. But
yeah. I got a message today, and not that it wasn't a message of, yes, that's the ultimate goal for those that believe in Him. But she sent me a message that she was hurting, and I was so sorry to hear that she was hurting. She was tired, and she just in the message said, "I'm ready to go home," and that really kind of rocked my world for a while.
Right.
And I'm glad that she's in a place where she knows where she's going. She's accepted Jesus as her Savior.
Right.
But it was hard to hear, you know? It was like I had to focus on crochet, and I stayed connected with people kind of throughout the day. But there was moments today where I just broke down in tears because I was like, those words is "I'm ready to go home" was like, don't go home till you come see us. But it was just kind of like,
right.
I said after this, Lord, let her do the things she wants to do in the next little bit. See us, see somebody else, see the beach that she wants to see, and then take her home so she doesn't have to suffer. But it was those words that made it hard. It was a hard day overall, and my body has been certainly letting me know it does not care for the stress that's underneath right now. And I have to say, body, I'm really sorry. So I've taken some extra precautions and things that I needed to do to make sure that I take care of myself.
Yeah.
I've stayed connected.
And if you need to go for a walk, get up and go for a walk. You know, that's one great stress reliever, you know.
The problem today is with my back. Sometimes when I get to heaven, I'm going to ask God why He created the sciatic nerve. Because I don't know why, but my sciatic nerve sometimes will flare up. So when it flares up, it's very, very painful. And so I have to be careful when it's flaring up, because if I try to go out for a walk of any kind, I literally could be taking my next step and fall down. So It's been a day where I'm like, it's just been sore enough. It's nah, I really don't want to call saying I'm outside on the ground falling down and I can't get up. So I thought, no, this is not the day.
Yeah, you don't want to have to call anyone like that, right?
No, but it's when that muscle is aggravated, which it tends to do. It's like they'll tell you to walk because it's supposed to help. It doesn't. You have to die down the inflammation. So I've been icing and heating on and off throughout the day, but going for a walk would not have been smart.
No.
I've been doing walks in the house, but a couple times my husband's like, "Do I need to go out and get the walker?" I'm like, "No," but it's just been a little tender.
Yeah.
We'll get through it, and I'll get through it connected.
Yeah. For the
I'm gonna
right
send
connection.
out your connection cake either Monday or Tuesday,
Okay.
so you'll have that.
All right. Remember, like you go send the free matter too.
Yeah, but it's not musical stuff though, right?
Uh, usually, if you enclose like a large print letter, like the 48-point font, that will do. Anything that
Okay.
large print attached to it. When you send free matter, you want to usually when I send free matter, you try to make everything big, even on the address label, everything big, to qualify, everything,
Okay.
like, how when I send you back the record, I
Yes.
put like braille label on the outside too.
Do you need to send me a new label then,
Yeah,
or do
you
I use the
can,
one I used when I sent Scott's thing?
yeah, it's the same one, yeah,
Okay. Well, send me what I need, and I'll go ahead and do that because that would be helpful.
yeah, because like I said, yeah, because like I have, because
Technically, you're using it for music when you do your show, so
yeah,
it is technical. It's getting
yeah,
used while you're
yeah,
doing
because the
music.
free matter base basically like for large print material,
Yeah.
braille, audio format,
Okay. Well,
music sheets, yeah,
send me the requirement, and I'll print out a nice letter on large thing. And you
yeah,
are using it for your channel for music, so and I'll send it. That will be helpful.
yeah, like I got no blind folks sent like handmade crafts like that, so I think that would qualify too, because
Okay.
everything's made coming to or from a blind person.
Okay. Well, send me the print size that I need to do it in, and I will make sure that
Yeah,
that's enclosed in there,
yeah,
and I will send it.
because then you can close like a large print note or braille, like like sometimes when I send you back the record and put some braille labels on the CDs to indicate
I'll
what
send
it
a
says
large
on braille.
format in there. I'm
Yeah,
going to be sending it like in a 6x6 box,
yeah,
so it can't go in a flat box because the cupcake's like this size.
yeah,
It won't make it. It'll get squished.
yeah,
Not that you can unsquish it, but still, it will not make it. It'll make it squished.
yeah. Yeah, you have to put a disclaimer: not edible cupcake, right?
Yeah, don't try to eat the cupcake. You may get a lot of fluff.
You might have to put on your disclaimer, right? Do not eat the cupcakes.
I think most people would know not to eat it. I would hope that they would not eat
You'd be surprised what people do nowadays. Kids do nowadays.
it. Believe me. And
You'd be surprised.
I've got your soap caddy too. That'll go in there. Just
Okay.
because I appreciate all the help that you did for us and
Oh,
Scott. So he's getting a little something.
wow.
And guess what? We're like 200 hours away.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Really,
You,
really
you,
close.
you know, I tried running your live, the one like the nature sound and all that, but
Yeah,
after 5 minutes it stops playing. I had to hit yes to continue.
that's weird because I've been playing it out there on another account outside, and it's run all day. So I don't understand that one. It can be
Yeah, because
tricky.
it does that when you run playlists and all that. Like, it will stop. Are you still watching? Hit yes to confirm.
I wonder if you just run the one solid without running it on a playlist, and then maybe take it
Yeah,
and flip your
yeah.
phone,
It had to do with the length. Lengthwise, it had to do with the length because
flip your phone like this
yeah.
instead of like
No, but
this, and
it happens in all devices, across all devices, like your phone, your PC, your smart TV, any device. It happens.
that's not fair. I've been able to run your stuff with no problem.
Like it doesn't stop, right?
Nope.
because I heard other people are having that same problem too. Running playlists, you know.
I just ran a playlist for 2 people and it never stopped once. Bella's Whisper Farms and somebody else. Never. So I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, because sometimes let yours run, and what happened was, and then wake up next morning and find my TV off.
Maybe it's the TV and not the phone. I wonder if you
Well,
run
the
it on
phone
your.
it just stops. It just stops. You know,
That's weird. I don't
playing.
know
You know,
why it
but
does that.
but the TV just turns off if you don't do anything.
I'm wearing green tonight because green is the sign of liver cancer, I think.
Green.
Yep. Or liver lung. It's one of them. I think it's liver cancer is the sign for it.
Yeah.
So we're green
Yeah.
in honor.
Unfortunately, I lost my aunt due to lung cancer 10 years ago because she smoked so many years.
Well, Patty smoked her entire life.
Yeah,
So
that's the way my aunt was. Unfortunately. But now I'm gonna play it called Whispering Hope.
and I'm gonna sit here and crush it.
Whispering Hope.
Beautiful.
Well, I want to I'm gonna tell you, I have an old instrument that's over 100 year old. Let me go grab it so you can see it.
Wow.
Check this out. It's a
Wow.
Neapolitan taterbug bowback mandolin from Italy.
Awesome. It's beautiful.
Yeah. The only issue is it's cracking right here because it's over 100 years old. It's falling apart. Now this one of my coworkers gave it to me about over a year ago at work, and the reason he gave it to me because where he lives at, one of his neighbors gave him a whole bunch of musical instruments because his neighbor was moving out of state. Gave him guitars, keyboards.
Wow. This would be
Brass
awesome.
instruments. Yeah, gave him a whole bunch of instruments because the neighbor was moving out of state and he didn't want to take any of it. And now he has trouble getting rid of all those because the thing is that he doesn't want to give it just to anyone or sell it. He wants to give an instrument away. He would rather give it to someone that who will appreciate it and who's gonna play it.
Well, I'm glad you got it.
Yeah. So you might have heard this in some of my music videos and my recording, but now that's falling apart. Like I can't play it no more.
Because it's broken?
Well, it's cracking right here, and I don't want to damage it any further. You know.
No, because it's an antique.
Yeah, it's like over 100 years old. And I can imagine they cost like around like $500 nowadays.
Wow, that's expensive.
So you can tell it's been put like all different strips of wood, you know, all the way around.
Well, at least you were able to kind of protect it.
Yeah, so I can't really play it no more much anymore because it's falling apart already.
But it got into the right hands.
Yeah, got into the right hands until it falls apart. Because like the mandolins here in the U.S. they're more like they have like a flat back. The ones here in the U.S. The mandolins.
No. I don't know if I've seen it on that. I probably have, but I don't.
Yeah, like I know, like on this one, I can't put a strap or anything to hold onto it. It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to hold onto it.
It sounds beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah, because it has a missing string too. Like the string keeps breaking on it, and then you have to replace the string. Oh my God, it's like $15-16 for a set of.
I'm sure to get it repaired would be very expensive.
Oh yeah, but for right now, it's just being used as a wall decoration only now.
Well, but it's something you're saving for,
Generations, yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
It's
but
like,
see, but what I wanted to be able to continue playing it, but that's why he gave it to me for. But he wanted me to play it, not just to have it hang on the wall.
it's like Scott's album. I'm planning to put that in a frame, and it's not going to get played ever again
Right,
because I want to save it.
right.
Did I tell you I talked to him recently, and he was so thrilled. He was like, he can't wait to get the album, but I want to send him a shirt too. So
Right.
if we send it to him both, then I want to make sure that I can send it together. You know what I mean?
Yeah, since he's
album.
blind, you could send it to him postage free too.
I could, but it won't be able to track, and I want to make sure he gets it.
Oh yeah.
So we'll pay to do it.
You might be able to, because I know I have people send me free matter for the blind, and even though come with a tracking number, it's just some states, certain post offices don't offer the tracking number.
I'll find out, but we want to order him one of the shirts and send him the shirt with the album so that it goes one place because he's in a nursing home, and I don't want it to come from here and there and get separated. So we're gonna get a shirt going for him. I want one of them Scott Thompson shirts too you created.
Wow. Yeah.
I keep remembering I gotta send you the disco ball. I finally came up with that one.
Yeah.
And I gotta send you
that.
that.
Need the information, all that,
Things have just been a little crazy, and if you don't get it till after Patty leaves, I know you'll totally understand.
Yeah, I understand. Like, I know I had it crazy when my aunt was in hospice. I mean, now, like when I went to go see her for the last time. Yeah, let me put this up before I do any damage to it.
I'm counting stitches. Say there would be no math on this channel.
No, I'm gonna play another song on my Hohner Chromatic.
Awesome.
Thank you.
I was on a live today, and I have some of these soap savers done, but I have Pacific Colors.
Oh,
Anthony.
hold on.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were done.
No, like I don't know what happened. Like something the backing track continued over and over.
There was I was on a live today with one of the new channels I found,
Yeah.
and she was doing. So I offered two of my soap savers. I've got ones done, but I wanted Pacific Colors for the ones I've recently got one. And then Anthony J All Day Fishing, he was
Right.
doing it, so I had to have Pacific. I wanted Pacific Colors for that. So, and the blanket that I've been working on, I'm almost into June. I just have like 6 weeks to go. So before
Wow.
I go to bed, that's going to get in the month of June, so that I can, if I can get it done before Patty comes, then I would really like to do that. And
Right.
all I have to do is sit and just knot about 3,000 knots. 365 if you count all the rows up, and then on the other side there's 365.
Wow.
So, and then I'll get ready for the we're doing a show and like a craft show in our area in November, my mom and I. So I'll have to get ready for that.
Wow.
Amongst
November. Yeah,
doing,
but I think I think the last 3 months of the year they're gonna go by pretty quick. September, October, November, December.
well,
They're
it'll
gonna,
keep me busy after Patty leaves, so I'm looking forward to it. But then
yeah.
it's also
They go.
creating content
Yeah,
on our
they go pretty
channel.
fast. The last 3 months, like from October through December,
Yeah, I got
they go pretty
keychains to
fast.
do and
Yeah, they're gonna go
stuff
pretty
like that.
fast. And tell you what, like it happens to me every year. The last three, oh my God, where did the last 3 months went? Where did the rest of October went? Or where's the rest of November went?
Yeah. Well, when tried to do a disco ball, because I did one here, right?
Right,
I did this one,
right,
but then I did one in silver, and I used the same amount of stitches, the same hook, but it was much bigger. So I thought I'll have to put that aside and figure that whole stitching out for the silver yarn we picked out for the.
actually, isn't there two different types of silver, like in the yarn, like two different colors, like brightness?
Well, there's
One
a
brighter,
sparkle.
one darker.
This is the yarn we're using. There's a sparkle in it. I don't know if you can
Yeah,
see, but there's a sparkle in it, right?
right,
And this shouldn't be any different than what I picked up here. But when I made it, it literally was about 1.5. It was bigger than this. And I thought, I got to figure out, I got to make it shorter. Then I have to make it shorter. Instead of using, I think I used like 28, 29 stitches, and then you go back one.
right,
But I need to make, using that yarn, I may have to go to, and I even went down on the stitches a little bit, but I may
right,
have to go across using like 25 or 21 stitches.
right.
So I'm going to have to just fool around with it. And so when I get it done, you'll eventually get a disco ball, but I've got to fool around with it.
Yeah, yeah. You see, like the one I saw at work the other day, like yesterday. It was a big one, like 16-inch disco ball.
Wow.
It was like, I think they wanted like $35,
Wow.
and they're expensive. They're like around about 100, or over $100. For a disco ball,
Jeez.
because they're
Well,
like because they're the real ones, like with the stage lighting and all that.
I want to make one for my aunt to have her take home, and then one for her daughter.
Yeah,
So I'll
and
make
when
that.
I thought about you, then man, what if I could?
Yeah.
Then what if I could buy it and mail it? But
I
then
probably
what if I break it on the bus?
probably wouldn't. I probably have no room to put it though.
Yeah. they're huge, man. They're like 16 inches
Wow.
diameter. But you could hang them on the ceiling or whatever, like. But I think they're kind of heavy too, you know. The disco balls, they're kind of heavy.
Well, when I get to the 3,000, I've got little disco ball earrings. I'm going to put them dang on things in and come on and say, we did it!
Yeah.
I'm waiting for that moment. But I have to figure out how to do it with that yarn because I use the same hook, I use the same stitches, I even went down on the stitches, and it's still, I said, you want a ball to kind of use as a stress ball, Mr. Buster Crochet? So I gave it to him because I was like, already put together, I'm not going to undo it, I can't use the yarn, so
Right.
I'll figure it out. I'll go down to 21 stitches and we'll see where we are. And I may have to go down on the hook size too with that specific yarn.
Right.
But I'll figure it out.
I'm going to play the old rugged cross.
Beautiful.
Give the old rugged cross.
Yep, that's what we have to do, cling to the cross, because
Yep.
when times get tough, that's all we have, right?
Yep. That's right.
Sandy, I like that song too.
Next one I'm gonna play is Vena La Cruz.
Beautiful.
Thank you. Man, I wish I had the organ that Scott Thompson has. The
I
Hammond.
have no idea which organ that was.
It's a
But you
Hammond. It's a Hammond. I could tell
okay?
because he had the big speaker cabinet, the Leslie speaker that had the horn that spins. I could tell that they had a Hammond.
Well, if I ever get him on the phone, I will try to see if I can get if you're available, and we'll do a three-way so you can talk to him.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure you would
pretty
enjoy
sure
it.
it's a Hammond because I could tell
Yeah.
the way it sounds on the record. I could tell.
Well, when he did, and I'll be uploading. Have you met Miss Jones, which I thought was ironic.
Right.
But he did that, and he improvised that whole middle part. And I'm like, I always just used to sit there as a young kid, listening to that album in my room, going, I don't know how he does this,
Right.
because he just took it and he ran with it.
Yeah, that song, Miss Jones, a popular classic from the 60s, 70s, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But he did his own version of it.
Well, I've heard of Have You Met Me and Mrs. Jones, are MARS, but
Yeah.
Have You Met Miss Jones? And he took that and he all made sure that everybody in that band had a part in that song. But I always
Right.
used to be floored with it.
You know what? I don't know if you ever noticed, like in bluegrass music, everyone has a part of the song, like the banjo, the guitar, the mandolin. You know, they all take turns playing that verse of a song. You see that in bluegrass a lot.
Well, if you watch a lot of Elvis's concerts, he used to make sure that, like, James Burton and I can't think of his drummer right now, Randy Tuck,
Yeah.
they all had a little something where they were able to show the audience, look what I could do.
Right.
And if you watch Elvis's guitar or drummist, he was always looking at Elvis. He wasn't looking at anything else because he was
Right.
following his lead.
Right.
Said there'd be no counting on this channel. I'm having to count off phones, so I don't like that. I got to make sure I got the right amount of stitches.
Yeah.
I've got soap savers made, but there was specific.
Man, my harmonicas are really wearing down.
We got to start a harmonica fund for you.
But they're so expensive. I could barely afford a $20 harmonica. You know, that real cheap one that they ain't gonna last me. You know? Like the Mexican song. Las flores, flor de mi amor, vente conmigo, dame tu amor. Flor de las flores, flor de mi amor, vente conmigo, dame tu amor. Vuelve, siempre mi vida, la dueña de mis amores. Y ven, flor de las flores. Yo fui a tu casa y no te vi. ¿Quién me lo manda? Yo me dormí. Yo fui a tu casa y no te vi. ¿Quién me lo manda? Yo me dormí. Vuelve, siempre mi vida. La dueña de mis amores, y ven, flor de las flores, ven a hacerme feliz. Yo fui a tu casa y no te vi. ¿Quién me lo manda? Yo me dormí. Yo fui a tu casa y no te vi. ¿Quién me lo manda? Yo me dormí. Vuelve, siempre mi vida, la dueña de mis amores. Y ven, flor de las flores, ven a hacerme feliz. Si te preguntas si te amo yo, pronto conteste, dile que no. Si te preguntas si te amo yo, pronto conteste, dile que no. Siempre mi vida, la dueña de mis amores. Y ven, flor de las flores, ven a hacerme feliz.
Yay!
Yeah. That song was originally from New Mexico, where I'm from.
That sounds good.
Yeah. As you know, this the Hohner's Echo harmonica sounds like an accordion.
Yeah.
Because there's 2 reeds per note. So there's like 24 holes. So there's
Yeah.
like normally like a normal harmonica have like 10 or 12 holes. Like there's 2 double reeds per note per hole. So basically 2 reeds are slightly tuned apart to give the vibrating effect.
You wanted me, because we're going down to the Amish country while Patty's here. You wanted me to see if they had any harmonicas while we were down there?
Yeah. Hopefully they're not too expensive there.
I will have to look when I go down there. Because there's one place that may have them. I have a message from my sciatic nerve and I can't do it on the channel. It wouldn't be very pretty right now. It would be, I wouldn't use that, but I have some spit words for it right now and I don't like.
Right.
I'm probably going to put, I have some, one of those lidocaine patches that's probably going on my back tonight.
Yeah, I looked at getting the whole set of harmonica. They're expensive. They start around $150 and up, for a complete set.
Wow.
7 keys, Or you get like the complete set of 12 keys, you look around $250, almost $300.
It's a lot. Sounds like a lot. They need to make the.
And the one I want to get, like the Easttop, they have like the ones like they have the Chromatic, the sliders. They have them all keys, like they're about $70 each. Imagine that, right?
My dad played the harmonica, violin, and mouth harp.
Oh,
Sandy
the
Wendy
jaw
said.
harp, yeah.
It was very versatile then.
Yeah. Your dad, right?
It was Sandy Wendy said it was her dad.
Oh, Sandy Wendy. Wow.
Yeah, my dad couldn't do anything. He could not have played an instrument.
Well, I had an uncle down in Texas who played the accordion. I had an uncle who played the accordion, and I'm talking 30 years ago. The last time I saw it.
And you come from a love the accordion, Sandy Wendy said.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what happened. I think my uncle sold it. I don't know what he did, but here's the thing. There's a lot of musicians out there that wind up having a drinking problem, and my uncle was one of them, unfortunately.
Well, I don't think it's so much the musician as it is just the genetics and what their temperament is. I mean, I have a family history of addicts.
Right.
And I wasn't somebody that was drawn to the addiction of alcohol and drugs.
Right.
I was drawn to the addiction of food.
Addiction
And
to food.
so, my mom was born to an alcoholic father. My uncle was born. My uncle became the alcoholic. My mother didn't.
Wow.
She can have a glass of wine and enjoy it and walk away. My uncle couldn't have done that. So,
Okay,
it's
there were times I tried to get my uncle to play with me. He said, "Oh, I can't play without drinking." He said, "You want me to play? You gotta buy me all the beer and all the alcohol because that's the only way I can play." And I'm sorry, I can't do that because it's not gonna sound good at the end.
and our pastor had said one time that, he had a feeling that if the father was maybe using or drinking before conception, that there was a chance that the child could be born with having an addiction to that.
Right. Oh yeah.
Have a tendency to have an addiction to it.
Oh yeah.
And my grandfather was not somebody that was drinking when my mom was conceived, but he was when my uncle was. So, you know,
And I'm the only one in my family that doesn't drink.
well, that's good. I have a glass of wine here and there, but I'm not somebody. I have to be careful with the medicine I'm on. I'm not
Yeah.
somebody that craves it either.
Yeah, but the thing is, I don't like the taste, nothing like that. But a lot of my family person in Mexico, they tell me I'm a strange alien dude, whatever. Call me, I
No,
don't care.
you're just not somebody that enjoys it.
Right?
Don't have to be. I
Well, they
have
tell me
it.
that
I
if
enjoy
you
it,
yeah,
but
they tell me if you're gonna be playing music, you gotta be able to drink. And that's not the way it goes for me.
I tend I have a drink here and there, but nothing major. I
Right?
have addiction on both sides of my family. My only addiction were cigarettes. Quit 24 date and dated the wrong people. Say,
Right.
Wendy, that's okay. You quit. That's a good thing.
Well, my dad quit smoking about 20 years ago. My dad quit smoking.
Well, Mr. Blester Crochet used to smoke, and when he got diabetes, he had the tail end scared out of him. And then one time he was trying to quit, and he started up. He had a cigarette here and there, and he would get these massive headaches. One time I had to call the paramedics. He said, "I'm done. That's it." Now the sense of smoking, if he smells it, it'll make him nauseous.
Right.
He can't stand the smell of it.
Well, I can't stand it either. Like,
So, I'm glad you quit too. It's funny because that's the smell I'm going to kind of remember with my aunt. Because when you hug my aunt, you smell smoke.
right.
But it is what it is. I'll take her cigarettes and all.
that was another Mexican church song. Oh, Espíritu Santo ven, which means come Holy Spirit come.
Beautiful song.
Yeah.
Sandy said her mom and her dad both smoke like chimneys.
Oh
My
my God.
my grandmother's side of the family did, and my grandmother was the only one that lived to 95,
Wow.
and she was called the sickliest of them all.
Wow.
Jake says, "Hi, I hope all of you have. I hope if you have been well. Missed the last couple of weeks due to calls with the fire department. Almost missed tonight. Just wanted to show support." Well, thank you so much for showing support.
Thank you.
Now, I don't know if next week are you going to do a concert or you not, because I can't be on there.
I don't think so because I got
Okay.
everything going on next week. I don't know for sure. Like I said, like
I can maybe be in the chat, but I just don't know.
yeah, I don't know either. So
So, next
uh,
week will be up in the air. For those that don't know, Sandy knows, but for those that are coming in, my aunt was diagnosed last year with stage 4 liver and
yeah,
lung cancer. She's coming up here Thursday. We're staying for a week for one last hug. So I'm going to be not doing much through the tubes so that we can spend what we can precious time with her,
yeah.
because they've considered her terminal and they're talking hospice. So
But you never know. A miracle could happen. You know.
a miracle could happen, and I'm not saying it won't. I mean, God could cure her, but God can do anything He wants if He chooses.
Because that happened with my grandmother. Um, like 2 years before she passed, remember she was put in hospice, but she made it out and she went
Yeah.
back home. Until 2 years later, in around 2011, that's when she passed
Okay.
away.
Well, the fact that my aunt's saying I'm in a lot of pain today, and she says
Yeah,
I'm ready to go home, that says a lot. So
yeah,
anyway, we're just gonna come. We're gonna enjoy her while she's here. We're gonna
yeah,
try not to cry. We're gonna laugh. She says she's coming up to drive us all crazy.
yeah,
And the hardest part will be when it is time to say goodbye. But it won't be totally goodbye, but it'll be goodbye here on Earth at least.
right.
But I have my lifeboat family and all my support around me, so that's a blessing.
Oh, yeah.
I got good friends now, and that's a good thing.
Because like I remember when I was in college, I knew a lot of people that were from back east, from Pennsylvania, Ohio, Missouri. When I was in college, because here's the thing, the school I went to in New Mexico, Mexico State University, Doñana Community College, they're the cheapest in the nation, you know. And it's like $67 per credit hour.
Wow.
They're the most affordable in the nation. Then they're rated the top school in the nation.
Well, you made a lot of friends then, right?
Yeah, but then I know that a lot of them went back to their home states. Like
Yeah.
a lot of people went back to Missouri. A lot of people went back to Ohio. You know, they were there going to school because it was the most affordable. But the way they did it, they established residency in New Mexico to get the in-state tuition. You know, and that's the way to do it because you know, if you say you live out of state, yeah, then your tuition will be like 5 times more.
Yep. Well, that makes sense. Well, then if you ever come visit Ohio, you got a lot of people that come visit.
I wish I could leave. I wish I could leave the state. You know, I really can't leave Colorado. I'm really
Maybe one
accepted.
day. Maybe I'll make it to Colorado one day. I've always wanted to see Colorado.
Yeah,
Never know.
because that's like you're like way across the globe, basically, right?
We're in Ohio. I've always wanted to go to Colorado and see it. My dad went to Colorado, I think, at one point. So it was beautiful. Maybe one day. So I can only stay on for about another 10 more minutes. So it's
All right.
11, it's an hour and 52, and that would put you at 2 hours.
Yeah.
So I've got to try to upload a live, or
Right.
not a live, little quick video for midnight.
Yeah.
And I'm going to get done through till the beginning of June with that blanket before I go to bed.
Right.
And try to give it my dang on hardest.
So I'm going to play a Mexican church song, very popular, called Adios Reina del Cielo, mean farewell to the Queen of Heaven. My banjo player, yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you. Later when it jumps to the next track, you don't want it to, right? Yeah, like that was Adios Reina del Cielo, farewell to the Queen of Heaven. An old Mexican church song. I've been told not to play that song anymore.
Why? It's beautiful.
I know, but it said that I heard it makes a lot of people cry. And
Well, it didn't make me cry.
Because you know why? Because one lady at work, I remember playing that song and on the harmonica, and she asked me not to play that song anymore because she said that it reminds her of her mom when she passed away.
Oh. Well, it wouldn't make me. It didn't make me cry. It was beautiful.
Because they say like, oh please don't play them. Like she told me, oh please don't play that song because it makes me cry. It reminds me when my mom passed away and when we had to bury her.
Oh. See, for me, it would be the Scottish Pipes playing Amazing Grace.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm in a hole, but I am because this chair is so low and I've had to reconfigure my camera to make this all fly.
Yeah.
Oh,
But like
goodness.
I said, like it's just like, you know, there's certain church songs that people don't want to hear no more because it might stress them out, you know, like
Yeah.
because
Well,
it brings in memories, you know.
you do what you need to do. It was beautiful, though.
Yeah.
It was beautiful.
Yeah, not like these are songs you don't hear anymore.
No, but you're bringing them back.
Right. And
You're
I
bringing
can
them back.
not I can't understand why people don't want to hear those old hymns because it reminds me of because it might remind them of their grandparents or remind them of their lost loved ones, you know.
Yeah. I think it just depends on the song.
Yeah.
You know, I know when I have on my phone, and this isn't an old hymn song, so I'm not comparing it to it, but I'm just trying to make semblance of it. My aunt when she was in her young years used to be a surfer. So for my song, when she texts me, it's the Beach Boys doing "Surfing USA." Well,
Right.
that song when every time it comes up, I know it's my aunt. Well, when she's no longer here and she can't send those texts, I don't know if I'll be able to listen to that song for quite a while.
Right.
Because it's going to remind me of, or every time I hear it, I'm going to be thinking of her texting and that. And then we were at a funeral of a very young woman who left 3 kids behind. And it was a beautiful song, but it's Over the Rainbow,
Right.
done in the one of the Disney movies. I
Right.
can't listen to that song. I just can't. Because every time I listen to that Pacific one that was done, it was beautifully done. But I go right back to the funeral with her, lying there. I can't do it. It's too hard to hear, you know? Even though it was beautifully done, it was a beautiful song, but it just brings you right back to it. So I can kind of understand if it was played at somebody's funeral, it's
Right.
going to be hard to hear.
Right.
Get it?
Yeah, and then there's one song I know called Pescador de Hombres. In the English version, Lord, you have come to the lake shore, and that song, my cousin lives in New Mexico right now. But my grandmother on my dad's side passed away in '97. So, and she told me they played that song at my grandmother's funeral. And
Wow.
yeah, I can't play it. I don't know. She doesn't want to hear it because it makes her sad. Because
Yeah,
it reminds her of her
I can
grandmother.
understand it. I think
Yeah.
it just depends on the circumstances, but I understand it.
And that's one of the reasons why she doesn't go to church either, because they play that song very frequently.
Wow.
Because they could be, because she could be coming out of church crying every time she hears that song, you know.
Well, we don't want to do that. Are we going to leave on a happy song?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're
I
gonna
need
have
a
to leave.
happy song tonight.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of the version of Somewhere Over the Rainbow by Izzy? No, I haven't heard of it. Hi, Lydia. We're about to head off, Lydia, so if you want to, you can go back and watch the replay. I haven't heard that one, but the one that came out of the Disney movie, and they played that, and that version, man, I can envision the whole thing whenever I hear that Pacific one. I think it was Milano, but I'm not positive. It's the one with the girl with the island and the. Can't do it. So Alfonso's going to play one more song before
Yeah,
he.
I'm gonna close out with Elena Polka.
Yeah. Say Opa, but that's not the right. That's not the right thing, but that's what my gut Greek instinct wants to say. Jake says, "Have a good night, Alfonso." Thank you,
Yeah.
Jake, for the prayers. We will see you next time. You will not see most likely me for 2 weeks.
Right.
I will let you know, Alfonso, too, how I'm kind of doing the week. She leaves on the 22nd, which is Thursday, so I will
Right.
let you know if I'm up to it even then. And I
Right.
may not to be, and I know you will understand why.
Oh yeah, I
So,
understand.
but I will definitely be in the chat.
Right.
Hi, Tuber Chat. If y'all haven't gone and liked Tuber Chat, go over there and like them for us.
Oh yeah.
Tuber Chat showed up. We're about
Well,
ready to end, so
thank you
thank
for
you for
coming.
popping on in.
Yeah.
All right, have a good night, everybody. Oh,
Have a good night.
awesome. Thank you, Tuber Chat. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Stay connected and stay covered.
All right. As you know what I put on my website, that connection rate.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he's got that on the website. He's got a merch store, so check those things out. We'll see you later, everybody. Bye-bye.
All right.